How you guys doing? We're back with another SongLab Live, and you already know how this goes. Me, I'm Earl Alex, but it's not about me. It's about who sits on the other side of that table. So I'm gonna allow them to introduce themselves, and we're gonna touch in with another artist that you need to get to know. Who do I have here with me today?
Man, the one and only no phony, Mac without the Roni, man. Your boy
100%.
Big Doobie himself, the big cactus.
100%. 100%. And let people know how they can get in contact with you, connect with you, and find your music.
Uh, IG, Big Doobie One. My music, my new project is only available on Even, so even.biz. If you search Big Doobie or you search the biggest cactus, it's a proud to pay site. You know what I mean? The day of getting robbed by these streaming platforms is over for artists. So
100%.
it's a proud to pay site. You can pay what you want for the project, but it really helps the artist. So support the artists that you like, and even.biz, even.biz.
Even.biz. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Absolutely.
I didn't know. But that's awesome that they have that opportunity out here for artists so that they can get more of what they deserve for the creative works that we put out.
Absolutely.
And we're always looking for more ways to do that. I mean, everybody kind of tripped out over what they were hearing about Spotify and all that. But really, coming into the game and being officialized with your, not only your music is out there, you're getting credited for your streams. You're getting income for the work that you do. Tell me a little bit, about how was your start, and then how was it coming into the business side of things as well?
Well, for me, so I began my career as an artist in 2019, December of 2019. So the day after Christmas, I dropped my first song video ever, the I'm Illy. So I knew it was time for me. I was like at a crossroads where it was like, okay, I know that I'm meant to do music. Like, this is the gift God gave me. I knew that I've been exceptional at it for a long time, but I never really put forth the effort to become an artist. I was really, heavy in the streets and heavy doing what I wanted to do. So it just never was a priority. So I had saved up some money, and I'm just like, okay, I can invest this and open a Chick-fil-A franchise, or I can, get really headfirst into this music. So no matter what else I would have done, I would have always felt that, you know what I mean? What if, like why I never really tried it. So I jumped headfirst, man. And then of course the pandemic happened right after, which was a gift and a curse for me because with me just getting started, just dropping music, I'm just getting booked for shows and things like that. And then everything got shut down. But what it allowed me to do was to sit back and learn, because I, A, needed to learn the business, B, I needed to learn the internet. Like I said, I was in the streets, so I didn't have Instagram or social media, nothing like that prior to becoming an artist. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's no Big Doobie, Instagram before December of 2019. So I had to learn how to use Instagram. I had to learn, you know what I mean, like what the algorithm was and how to use the internet to my advantage in the internet era of music. You know what I'm talking about? So I got to sit back and learn. I dropped my first project from the D to AZ during the pandemic, and which really taught me, you know what I mean? Like it really taught me a lot. Like I didn't really understand streaming and everything, and I just knew that this is how you listen to music now. So to really learn the business, learn about registering my songs and the different ways that I'm supposed to get paid for my music.
And
And
where did you first get that knowledge? Like, did you go onto like YouTube, or did you have any books?
no, so yeah, most of it was from the internet.
Internet?
So once I got on Instagram, my goal was, okay, I'm not just finna start following a bunch of random people. I'm gonna follow people who's doing what I'm doing or have done what I want to do, and see what kind of game I can pick up. Like, I've always been that type.
Yeah,
Like,
that's bad.
I'm gonna soak the game up no matter where I'm at, no matter who it is. Everybody got a little game to give and some kind of, you know what I mean? So I start following other independent artists, start following you know, and I had a lot of trial and error too. You know what I mean? Lost a lot of money, spent money with people that I didn't need to be spending money with, but you're gonna learn. Yeah. So you're gonna learn. You know what I mean? So I learned by trial and error. A lot of it was by trial and error. And then, you know, once I started paying attention to artists like, you know, LaRussell, Russ, of course, I always follow E40, you know, as an independent icon. You know, I start picking up little different things, and then just seeing other artists in the city, you know what I mean? Like Merkham's, Desert Baby, you know what I mean? Like I that's when I first started, who I was, you know, I'm paying attention, like, okay, what's really futuristic, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm watching, okay, this is what, okay, these are the moves that's being made. Let me get to some of these events. Let me ask questions. I've always, you know, I'm gonna ask. You know, if I want to know something, I'm gonna ask. I'm not too prideful to where I'm not, you know, I don't want to seek knowledge. If you got information that I want, I'm willing to ask. What's the worst you're gonna do is tell me no? Like, you're not gonna tell me, you know what I mean? So I asked a lot of questions, man, and you know, I started to put together what works best for me and my brand, and every year I've been watching it grow and grow since, you know what I mean? Like, we getting better every year.
So it's like, find good soil, you know, find out what makes that good soil, plant your seeds in that, and just water that.
Yeah, man.
You know, and that's what you've been doing.
Gotta work. You know, it's the work. That's the, like, you know, everything you said is work. So that's the most important part about it. What really separates artists that make it and artists that don't. Artists that build a fan base and artists who are stuck in the same place forever. It's the work you put in. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a lot of work that has to be done as an independent artist. But if you know, once you really understand it and you enjoy, like me, I enjoy the work. You know what I mean? Like the late nights, the early flights, like I love it. You know, this is what I'm built for. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I never complain. I never bellyache. When things don't go, you know, the way that I plan them to go, I just look at the lesson that I'm going to pull out of it. You know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm not, you know, repeating the mistakes and making the same mistakes over and over, I'm happy with no matter what the outcome is. You know what I mean?
Because it's not an opposition, it's an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Always that.
Absolutely.
100%. I see that, especially in your grind and your come up. It's like being consistent and steady. It's like a plane taking off, honestly. Shit is dope. Biggest cactus. Hey, speaking about that, so the EP.
Yes, sir.
That shit fire.
Appreciate you, man.
Go ahead, speak about that. First, how did that thing come to be? I'm not gonna lie, I seen a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. You know, there's a little, like, you know, chat going around a grapevine that he done dropped for certain people. But outside of that, let people know how the EP came to be and a little bit of the work that you put in with that, now that we know how, you know what I'm saying, you kind of came into the game.
Absolutely. Well, shout out Nove Designer. He executive produced the project, but once I told him that I wanted to put it together, he like, let's get to work. So, you know, my creative process is, I have a couple of different methods. So, Nove, he makes beats, and he, you know, he's pretty much done all, I would say 98% of the music that I've put out, he's the producer, you know what I mean? So he knows what I'm gonna like and what I'm gonna hear, you know what I mean? So when he cooking up, he got something in the tuck. He know if I put my ear on it, I'm gonna want it, you know what I mean? So he sent me some, you know, some of the tracks. It was some of the things that he sent me, and I chose, okay, I want this one, and you know, I picked out for the, like, on the Florida night, the Rod Stewart sample that we used. That was an idea that I had. That, and that's another thing, you know, about Quincy Zones.
Quincy Zones.
When I bring him an idea, you know, no matter how wild it is in my imagination and what I'm thinking of, you know, I can give him the information, even if the average person may not be able to understand it. He knows exactly what I'm saying, and he gonna cook it up for me. He's a mad scientist. So, you know, that's how that one came to be, and it was just a matter of, you know, like I said, this is the gift God gave me, so I don't really have like a hard time writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, once I hear the beat, or even if I don't have the beat, you know, I'm pretty much rapping in my head most of the day. You know what I mean? So
lyrics is being made.
yeah, so
generated.
you know, once I was in that mode of I'm ready to create, you know, it was just time to create. I knew that I wanted a couple of features on it. I didn't go into it planning on getting the features I got. It was more like once the songs was developed, who did I think would sound good on these songs? You know what I mean? So that's how I got J-Rob the Chief on to get into a song. Just the energy of that song and the way he skate on beats, I felt that would be a good fit. And it was the first time I got to work with J-Rob. Shout out J-Rob the Chief. He was super dope. He blessed the project. And then Kia's, she's on the Marijuanaology song, and which again, that's a whole vibe. And I wanted a female, but I wanted a female that could really float on the beat. You know what I'm talking about? Like that could really make it her own. And she got in there and manhandled it. A woman handled it. You know what I'm talking about? So I appreciate her too. Yeah,
definitely. No, honestly, that project came together. And it has some heavy hitters on it. People, please check it out.
Absolutely.
Biggest Cactus EP. Trust me. On everywhere you can find it. But look. That is hitting right now. What more are you releasing from it? You've had like how many music videos did you drop to it so far?
So what I'm doing, there's 8 songs on the project. I have 8 videos for every song. I have a video for it.
Oh wow.
But as you can see, they're not full feature-length videos. So I shoot short-form content videos. So I'll probably give you a hook in a verse and you know what I mean, give you a nice scene, something nice aesthetically to look at. But I'm going to I'm going to push those and promote them. And the ones that I see get the best reactions will be the ones that I shoot the full-length feature videos to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it gives me the content to be able to push and promote the project. It allows me to get the analytics and the data back to see what people are liking the most, what's getting me the best reaction, what's getting the most engagement. You know what I mean? And then I can take that and go ahead and invest. Instead of just shooting random videos without having a plan. You know, everything is strategic right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is learning the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100% for the people, by the people. So, hey, support him. Absolutely. And you'll get more of, what he sees that y'all like. Look, he's out here to deliver. Absolutely. And that's what he's doing. He's doing that solidly. Hey, yo, honestly, it looks like, your career has just kind of compounded since the start. Mm-hmm. What tips, what advice would you give to artists that are looking to kind of project their career moving forward? I know I took one big thing out of what you were saying was not only consistency, but also like, always being open and ready to deliver no matter what happens. If it looks like it's an issue, it's not even an issue. Yeah. It's actually, a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's going to help shape and craft you so you can bring your creativity in. Because I feel like also when we're creating, we look at confinements as negative things, but with confinements that help us to define what we're creating. Like, we can't just create anything. Well, okay, what am I going to create? Yeah. But if you tell me that you want to create a picture of a forest or something, you know what I'm saying? Then I know what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? So confinements or difficulties or things that happen that shape us are actually blessings. Mm-hmm. So I picked a few things out of what you were saying, but what tips, what advice would you give artists that are looking to project their career forward in a similar way?
One thing is there's not a rule book to this. So there's not no one that's gonna come and sit down and tell you, okay, if you do A, B, C, D, you're gonna get there's no rule book to it. You're gonna learn as you go. But as long as you have an attitude of gratitude, you know what I mean? Don't lose the self-entitlement. No matter how dope you think you are, the majority of the world don't even know you exist. 100%. So don't walk around acting like you something that you're not, just before it's time for you to be that, because it's not, it's okay to be confident in yourself and confident in your craft, but that doesn't mean you have to be arrogant. You know what I mean? Like, make sure, because you can rub people the wrong way and eliminate yourself from situations that you didn't even know were gonna manifest for you. You know what I mean? Just from somebody watching you and watch how you move, you're under the spotlight. So people are watching you and watching how you move, you know, from the smallest scale to the largest, no matter where you at. If you present yourself as an artist, there's people that are watching you and how you move as an artist, and they're judging you. You know what I mean? This is what we sign up for when you become an artist. You're getting judged. So watch how you move, watch how you treat people. Always be willing to learn, you know what I mean? Like always be, you know, willing to put the work in yourself. Nobody's gonna work harder for you than you do. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna believe in you more than you do. So you have to do the work until you put yourself in a position to have a team or you know, a machine around you that's gonna help you with the work. Even at that point, you need to still do the work, because you want to always be the example of how you want your brand to be ran. You know what I mean? So, you know, just keep working, stay consistent. You know what I mean? Like that's really the key, and you can do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Do anything at that point.
Absolutely.
It's like be approachable and coachable, and then do the most of what you know. You know what I'm saying? Do the best, don't do nothing less. Hey, stay about it. Be about it, for real. Like 100%. Everything what that man was talking about is what you need to like absorb and encompass as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And I think you'll go far no matter what you're trying to do, you know? Really, real talk. And at SongLab Live, we really push the collaborative nature of music because, for one, it helps people come together, it helps people network, and then it brings more money into the pockets of people who find that they want to pursue their passions. I feel like that's important. Like, all right, cool, you want to do something because you feel like, you know, that's great and you love it. But how are you going to sustain it? How are you going to maintain yourself while doing it? So you got to find yourself, you know, find a job, kind of find something in the industry that can help sustain you. How did you take this passion of yours and turn it into a business that helps to sustain you?
Again, just you know, coming from having a hustler's mentality, I'm gonna figure out if I'm gonna be doing something that is making money. There's people making money doing it. I'm gonna figure out how I can make my money doing it. You know what I mean? So initially, you're not gonna make money. But you have to come into this understanding you're not gonna make money at first. Just like any other business, when you first start a business, it takes 3 to 5 years to scale that business to actually really turn a profit. You know what I mean? This is no different. Yeah, there's some, you know, 1 in a million artists that make a song and it go viral and they life change immediately. You know what I mean? But for the most part, the majority of the major artists that you see and that are actually popping, there was a transition to get to that point. You know what I mean? So, you know, you have to find ways that you can make money while you're waiting to be in a position to actually make money off of your music. You know what I mean? So whether that be merch, whether that be shows, whether that be, you know, it's not going to be easy to get paid for features when you don't bring nothing to the table that is going to be beneficial for someone to pay you for a feature. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have much of a following. Why am I, you know, you don't have much of a fan base. What am I paying you for a feature for? I don't care how many songs you put out. Like, why would I pay you for a feature if it's not finna be beneficial to me in the long run? If I'm not gonna get a boost from your fan base, that's the only reason you pay someone for a feature. So that's not going to be something that you're going to come in a game and think that you just automatically finna start charging people for features. And but a lot of artists think that, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of artists have these delusions of grandeur where they think they're more than they actually are just because they're doing something that someone else is doing as well. You know what I mean? You a rapper, Drake a rapper, so you feel like you should be getting treated like Drake. Like, no, you don't understand the years and the grind that it took to get to the level that he's at. You know, so that's why you see a lot of artists that are here today and gone tomorrow, because once that realization hits them, you know what I mean, they got to figure something else out. But, you know, me personally, it was merch first, doing shows. You know, once I start doing shows, and you're going to do free shows, sometimes you might have to pay to play. But if you go and you do what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean, and put yourself in the right positions, you can start making money off of those opportunities as well. I've went and done shows and impress someone in the crowd so much that they wanted to pay me to come perform at their show. You know what I mean? Like, and I got a lot of shows and opportunities like that in and out of town. You know what I mean? Like, so that's another thing. But I'm an advocate for if you're an independent artist coming up, you need to fund your career. It is expensive to be a rapper. So you either need to have some kind of job, some kind of hustle. You have to be bringing in income, or you're never gonna make it. That's just a fact, because this is an expensive business. You know what I mean? Like a very expensive business. You have to pay for a lot. You have to pay to record your music. You have to pay to mix and master your music. You have to pay for your visuals. You have to pay to travel. You have to pay to stay fresh. Like everything is, and that's coming out of your pocket until you get to a point where, you know what I mean, you may be able to get some investors or something like that if that's the avenue that you want to go. But for the most part, everything is coming out of your pocket as an independent artist. So you better be making you some money if you're trying to be a rapper. You know what I mean? You have it until you get to a point where the music is paying you, because you will end up a broke bum rapper. There's a lot of those out here. You know what I mean? A lot of broke bum rappers out here that just stuck in the mindset that they a rapper. You know what I mean? And so they still think that they should be treated a certain kind of way, but in all actuality, they poor. You know what I mean? Like they
don't bring anything to the table, like you're saying. I mean, talent is one part of the game.
And that's not even the biggest part. And you know what I mean? That's something else you're going to understand. No matter how dope you think you are, there's a million dope artists. You know what I mean? But are you willing to put the work in, though? Like, are you willing to take everything else that comes along as your business together? You know what I mean? Because no one's going to even take you seriously in the industry. If the industry is your goal, nobody's going to take you serious in the industry if you're not spending money. And then, because you got to think of all these people that came before you that had to do it, you're no exception. You know what I mean? 100%. So if you're not doing some of the same steps, they're not even going to pay you. You're going to be here today and gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's what I focus on, the business. Okay, how I'm gonna make money. Until I'm able to make money, I need to make sure that I'm still making money. You know what I mean? So I fund, you know, my life funds my rap career still. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm making money off my music now, but not enough for me to not still be pulling in money another way. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no way. You know what I mean? Like, I got a whole family to take care of. So, you know, all that comes along with it too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm traveling. I'm in a different city and state every month. You know what I mean? Like, I'm usually the freshest nigga in the room. Yes, and yes, you know, I fund everything. And yes, all my bills is paid, and my kids is taken care of, and everybody's fresh going to school, and all that comes along with it. You know what I mean? So that can be overwhelming to some people, especially men. You know what I mean? You the head of a household trying to become an artist. That's why they, you know, a lot of people say it's for young dudes, or you ain't got no kids and all that, like, because it's a lot of responsibility.
Because they gave up that, they gave up that hope. They gave up that ability, or they don't want that responsibility to have to perform at that highest level.
And see, me, I'm built for it. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I love you know? I love the rush of it. I love, you know what I mean, the pressure of it, like, I'm a diamond, you know what I mean? So the pressure don't do nothing but you know, bring out my color cutting clarity. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
100%.
I love it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I never complain to nobody. I don't bellyache. I'ma figure it out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I've been through way worse. So knowing that, and that I got through that, nothing else. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't that. So
real talk. I feel that. And 100%, I think artists have to kind of make a decision at some point. Like, there's probably nothing worse than this game can throw at you than what you've already went through, or what brought you to the point of even starting this. Entrepreneurs have to get to that level when they're in business.
Absolutely.
And you have to get to that level with your creativity as well, I think, to really push it past the point of being, okay, it's a hobby, but instead of it being a hobby, and let's make this a business, a career. Let's put my family's future on this. Yeah, to do that, you have to make that decision and stick by it. So that's 100%. Please take that, artist. Take that with you. On top of that, look, you were talking about working with Nove, but you were working out of this studio here.
Absolutely.
We're at Marmara Creative.
Yes.
You know, talk a little bit about working out of Marmara Creative. Talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, your relationship with Nove, and then how this studio is kind of like been the home to your latest project.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know Nove way longer than I've been an artist. You know what I mean? So when I moved to Arizona from Detroit, it's because I came out here with an aunt and an uncle, and they have a church out here. You know what I mean? So as a kid, when I moved here, Nove had visited the church with one of my, you know, like one of my little cousins brought Nove to church. They went to school together, type situation. So I had known Nove, you know, known who he was way back in the day from being a kid and going to school with my little cousin. But so I would say around 2014, 2015, Nove, my cousin, another one of my guys, they had opened up a studio called the Red Room in Mesa. And it was like a barbershop studio, all kind, you know what I mean? And I actually had started recording songs then, but I've always done that. I always, you know, since 2003, I've been going to the studio just recording songs and never doing nothing with them. You know what I mean? Like usually losing them. You know what I mean? Like leaving them at the studio, just making a few CDs for me and the homies.
Just having fun.
Yeah, because they like to hear it. You know, my homies like to hear it. So I go make some songs, you know, for me and the homies to ride around and listen to. Since 2003, I've been doing that. You know what I mean? So you know, that was just another one of them situations. I went in there with Nove and recorded a lot of the songs that are on From the D to AZ. The first project I dropped in 2019 were songs that I actually had redid that I made with Nove back in like 2015, 2016. Yeah, because they were just so dope, I had to put them out. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't gonna lose those too. Like I've always, like there's plenty of songs that I can think of from 2003 till now that would be awesome for me to drop. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I could never get my hands on those songs again. You know what I mean? But those songs, the fact that it was still with Nove, you know what I mean? I was able to recreate, you know, most of the songs that I wanted and put them on From the D to AZ in 2020 when I dropped it. So
that sounds like there was a major benefit in having that long-lasting relationship, and it's like really held through even to here at Marmara.
Oh yeah, we never even had a rift. You know what I mean? Like that's my guy in real life. So you know what I mean? Like he understands me as an artist, and allows me to be as creative as I want to be. And he pushes me and challenges me. Like I would have never made R&L if it wasn't for Nove. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't even as an artist, you know, comfortable enough to step out of the gangster box to even make a song like that at that time. You know what I mean? So that's what allowed me to then make songs like Costco, and then like on a new project, On the Flow Tonight. You know what I mean? Like just now I'm so comfortable in that pocket, you know what I mean? Because Nove pushed me. Like, you know, even when I made it, I was never gonna release it. I just felt so vulnerable with that song. You know what I mean? Like I was uncomfortable with the vulnerability, and then I let Bobby Denims here. Shout out Bobby Denims. And she like, you crazy? Like this your hit right here. I'm like, oh man. So you know, we rolled out R&L, and then it was my biggest song until Costco. You know what I mean? Like it was my highest stream ever.
Bobby knows when she hears something. Yeah, she knows.
That's my people, man. So
100%.
You know, I Nove executive producer. Like he's the one that you know told me there's no way that I can make music off YouTube beats. I'm too dope for that. You know what I mean? Like, because I came in starting off thinking like everybody else, like, oh, I'm just gonna get some beats off YouTube. And even though From the D to AZ, I got like 2 YouTube beats on there. You know what I mean? Beats that I took. You know what I mean? Like, but it's a mixtape, so I didn't really. You know what I mean? But Nove was, he was kind of even adding it on there. He was on my ass about it. You know
100%, because it's about coming through fresh, original, and you know, making your personal stamp in the game. You know, all the talk. You had it all. You already know it. So I 100%. Yep.
Learn. You know what I mean? So like I haven't released a song on a YouTube beat since then. Since you know what I mean, 2019.
And that's not hating on the rappers who are currently perfecting their craft by laying it down on YouTube beats. It's just saying originality and not taking something that everybody else is already putting their stamp on. Putting your stamp on something that's you is very important, especially when you're looking to make your entrance into the game.
Yeah, because then you run the risk of having your music, you know, you run the risk of having too many issues. Like, so you can make a song on a YouTube beat, it get big, but it's 50 other versions of this song, or the producer, you know, then sold the beat to a major artist now, and now your song is getting swept under the rug because this big artist then jumped on the song. Like, there's just so many things that could go wrong, you know, with trying to monetize your music with a YouTube beat that you don't own. You know what I mean? Like, every beat that I use, I own these beats. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's a big difference.
And tell me, creating something like, for one, you come with the lyrics, right? And then it's like an authentic beat. It's like from, I don't know how to explain it. Like, so people who make beats know exactly what I'm saying. It's from nowhere, right? We're bringing it directly from the source, and we bring it into this reality. And you smack those two things together, the words with the music, yo, and you got something brand new that's yours, nobody else had. Come on now. There's no greater feeling.
It's a wonderful feeling, man.
It's wonderful.
Man. It's wonderful, man, and I love it. I love to cook. So, you know what I mean? Like, I love getting a fresh beat pack from a dope producer and ready to open. It's like Christmas for me. You know,
how do producers get in touch with you to get you, you know, beats, fresh beat packs, and what does it take? Because it sounds like Nove kind of has, you know, exclusive rights.
Well, you know,
you know what I mean?
Other producers too. So shout out Checkin' Traps. You know, he did my Him Not Them song, and he got a song on the new project. Cuzzo Mike, my cousin, that's where you go. Cuzzo Mike, he produced the intro on the project. You know, I've worked with producers from Detroit too. Shout out 1-800. He did the Devin Booker song. And it's really just about, you know, if I think you dope, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just like I only work with Nove. It's just Nove has been consistently dope with me for years and years and years. But you know, I got more music with Checkin' Traps too. Like, he got some shit in the vault that, you know, people ain't heard yet. He got a few tracks over there already. But, you know, I work with Checkin' Traps a lot. Them really the two. I ain't gonna lie. Them the two. Nove and Checkin' Traps are really like my primary producers. But I do have, like, you know, on this next project I'm gonna drop, I got some more production from Detroit. Shout out Water by Gage. Shout out 1-800. I got more beats from 1-800. I'm working on getting something from Helluva right now too. So if I think you dope, I'm either gonna reach out to you, but a lot of producers do reach out to me. You know what I mean? They hit me up on IG, and I'll send you the email. You know, send me something to listen to. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and if I think it's dope, I'm a shop. I've bought beats from producers, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't used any yet, but I've heard some things that I liked and went ahead. I'll buy it on the spot. You know what I mean? Like, I believe in me. I invest in my craft. So
if it's hot, he's buying.
Yeah, if it's hot, I'm gonna buy it. You know what I mean? No questions asked. I need it. I need to own it so I can do whatever I want to do with it. So
100%.
100%, man. Like, if him Big Doobie one on IG, you know what I'm talking about? Like, if
bring in the fire.
But another thing with me, I like to work with producers who have listened to my music, because I don't sound like nobody else. So trying to cookie cut beats, a type beat, this type beat, you know what I mean? It's not really gonna work with me.
Continue the Meek Mills type beat, the Future type beat.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna chop anything, but for me and what I want to put out, like, I need something catered to me. My voice is an instrument, you know what I'm talking about? So I like beats that's gonna cater to this instrument, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear, you know, the trumpet and the flute and it ain't going together. Like, I need this beat to be right. So, you know, if you put your ear to, like a lot of producers do though, they'll like, man, I've been listening to you, bro. I got something I think you'll be dope on, and they send me song. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll listen. Sometimes I'm not impressed. Sometimes I am. And
You get
I
feedback?
oh yeah, I do. I'll let them know like this ain't the pack for me, family, and then they'll send me more. You know what I mean? They'll
Nice.
You know, they don't get discouraged. Some do. They don't never get back in touch. But some of them like, okay, I'm gonna send you some more. You know, I'm gonna send you some more. Do it, because if you send me something that I like, you got yourself a deal. You know what I mean?
Hear that?
I'm gonna buy it.
Y'all hear that? And be persistent. Look, follow the man. Check out what he's been doing, and do something new. Look, it's like when you jump into commercial real estate. You really you have where it's already been developed, but you want to be in the path of development. And when you're in the path of development, that's where you find the prime real estate. And honestly, that's where he's at. He's on the path of development, on that cutting edge. So follow the man, check out what he's doing. You know, and you were speaking about a project that you have coming up next, because we know about the Big Cactus. It's here. For one, tell the people again where they can find that, where they can catch your EP that's out now.
Even.biz is the only place. It's not on any streaming platforms. You have to go to Even to get the project. So again, that's even.biz. The link is in the bio on all of my social media. So Big Doobie 1, Big Doobie on Twitter, Big Doobie on TikTok. You know what I mean? Big Doobie, him for real on Facebook, but the link is everywhere. You know what I mean? So, but even.biz, even.biz. That's where you can find. That's the only place you can get the project.
Now you kind of let it leak. What's next?
Man, I just plan on dropping multiple projects this year, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like I love the process, and now. Again, another reason I was kind of against dropping projects and only dropping singles. For one, that's how you build a buzz and build your fan base up. Give people something excited to hear from you. Like the Big Cactus was in demand. You know what I mean? Like people were telling me like, I want a project from you. You know what I mean? Like I kept hearing that enough, and it pushed me to make it. That's what made me make this. Otherwise, I would have just kept continuing to drop single after single after single, because it makes no sense to drop a project these days because of streaming. You know what I mean?
You put the same amount of effort that you would put into a single, but to a whole project where you spent a lot more money, invested a lot more time into crafting that thing into a full experience. But yet, when it comes to release, it's almost the same steps as a single.
Yeah, man. And then the thing is, you do it to stream. So
yeah.
You put all your work into putting together a project, you put it out on a streaming platform. If you're not a major artist with a major fan base, you know, you may get a couple of songs off your project that get some good streaming numbers, but still, you're going to be working to try to get people to go listen to it, as opposed to I dropped my project and now I have it on Even, which is a proud to pay site. I made more money in 24 hours than I made in 3 years worth of streams combined. Wow. You know what I mean? So
you guys hear that?
Yeah, the equivalent. So the revenue equivalent in my first 24 hours was over 100,000 streams. So my entire project would have had to stream over $100,000 times, 102,000 to be exact, 102 and some change, to make the money that I made in my first 24 hours of releasing it on Even.
Now I know you know that now also has to be calculated, and it takes time for them to even cut that check. It's like 6 to 9 months behind.
That's for streaming.
That's for streaming.
I would even. I get paid in 24 to 48 hours.
I was about to ask.
I've already gotten paid for my.
He said I've already.
Oh yeah, we get paid. Your pay is immediate. You know what I mean? So that was my first release with them. So it took a couple of days for it to catch up with my business account and everything. But I've been, I dropped that project Friday. I've been paid already. I don't have to wait 6 months.
So you're saying this truly supports the artist?
Oh, 100%. That's what I mean. Like I'm gonna get paid every day. You know what I mean? Like when the sales I make, and it's an 80-20 split. You know what I mean? So
if you like what you hear, go buy it.
Please
buy
go
it
buy it.
off of.
Please support.
Buy it off of
Even.biz, man.
That's where you gonna get it.
Even.biz, the biggest cactus, Big Doobie release.
100%. Now, what is coming next from you?
Man, you know, I'm back in. I'm gonna be back in. So I have a lot of traveling coming up actually. So this week, Thursday, I leave to go to Indiana. I have a show in Indiana with Fuego Bass of BSM Griselda. You know, he's on that Griselda label.
That's
So
dope.
I have a show with him in Indiana on Friday. So I'll be leaving Thursday. And then the following weekend is I have a show in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the week after that I have a show in LA, and then the end of February I have another show of I forgot February the 1st I got a show for the Grammys.
Nice.
I have a Grammy show. The end of February, I have a show in Atlanta. March, I'm in South by Southwest in Austin. April is the Core DJ Retreat back in Vegas again. May, I have a show in Detroit. I'm throwing my birthday bash out there too. So
Hold on. Your birthday is in May.
yeah, man, May 30th, man.
So hold on. I'm sitting with a fellow Gemini.
Absolutely, man.
All right, well, hold on, brother. That's what's up, my man.
Absolutely.
That's what's going down.
Absolutely.
All right. There's a connection there.
Yeah, man.
May 28th.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
man, right there.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
man.
That's
May
what's up.
Gemini too. You
Yeah,
real.
yeah. You already know.
Yeah, man. Jew Gemini's a little crazy.
They're a little different. They're a little different, but you know, ain't no hate. You know what I'm saying? We still accept them.
It's all
you know,
Gemini love,
yeah,
man.
it's all love. But my bad to throw you off. Go ahead.
No,
That's
man,
why I
man.
see here every month
Every
you have
month.
something stacked. You just stacking.
Yeah, every single month, man. Last weekend was
Beautiful.
Tampa, Florida. I got sick, so I had to reschedule that. But every month, I'm touching a different market, man. We got New York in April also too. So, like that's what I did all last year. I globetrotted. Like I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna push my brand. I believe in me. You know what I mean? I believe that I'm an undeniable talent. So. I in my mind, once you hear it, you gonna feel it. You know what I mean? If this is what you like, if you like rap and you like to hear, you know, niggas spitting them bars, then when you hear me, you gonna like me. So I don't have no problem taking my show on the road and improving that point and gaining fans all over. So I did the same thing last year, and this year we going even harder than last year. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, look, everything just confirmation bias. That's all I'm seeing because if you look around, you know who is the big cactus.
absolutely.
Check it. So look, what we finna do. What I'm finna do is I'm finna ask you to please let the people know how they can connect with you and find you again on all social medias, as well as, you know what I mean, finding your music again. I know it's a little redundant, but then
no problem, man.
then if you can, just let people know how you feel about being here today, and shout out SongLab Live if you may.
Absolutely.
And thank you. Let me just say thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure to spend that with a fellow Gemini, and hopefully y'all done found the gem in him and I. It's real.
Right.
Go ahead, my
So
man.
again, man, Big Doobie 1 on IG, Big Doobie pretty much on any social media platform. I do have music on streaming platforms. If you search Big Doobie, everything I've dropped prior to this project is on streaming platforms. But the new project, The Biggest Cactus, is only on even.biz, even.biz. You just got to search Big Doobie or search The Biggest Cactus. It's a proud to pay site. You can pay what you want to. And you definitely directly supporting the artist, man. And again, I appreciate you having me out, man. It was definitely overdue. I appreciate you guys even allowing us to come on here as artists and, you know what I mean, give people a chance to get to know us and conversate with us, man. I definitely do appreciate it, man. Shout out SongLab Live, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
100%. Now, thank you guys for sitting with us and getting to know this man. Look, y'all need to check out the music, support all of that good stuff. But thank you again for rocking with us. It'll be great to see you again next time when I bring you another artist. But until then, Stay well, my friend. That's what's up. Peace. Hey, all right, my man. Yo, that shit. Hey, thank you for tuning in and watching what we had to offer. Continue to look at what we have by following us on all the social medias and subscribing to our channels. YouTube, TikTok, everywhere you can find us. SongLab Live.